January. Cold January in Chicago. Me and my husband are on our way to our dietitian appointment. One of the many appointments that we're supposed to have based on our surgery for our bariatric sleeve that we're getting. And if everything goes well, we should be having it in June. Hopefully everything works out fine, but anticipating the summer. Like I said, this is our second appointment out of, I believe we're supposed to approve 3 consecutive appointments to the insurance before we submit paperwork, or 6. I don't remember correctly. But something is something. We're going to be meeting our dietitian. This last month has been a little rocky. It was over the holiday season. Some of us, and I don't mean my husband, gained a little weight over the holidays, but which is a no-no for this whole process. We're supposed to maintain our weight that we weighed in on our last appointment, which was December 14th or 15th. I don't remember when I uploaded that last video, but whatever that weight was, we were supposed to maintain it throughout this whole thing until we submit that paperwork to the insurance company, and obviously the surgery, if there's any pre-op diets. And of course we're going to lose weight. If that does happen, then that's completely different. But as long as you don't gain any weight. Well, I gained weight. So my husband pushed me to go into a no-carb diet or low-carb diet. For us, it's very, very hard being of Mexican descendants. Everything revolves around carbs. So there's rice, and there's beans, and there's tortillas, and there's cheese. I want some bun. And there's bread. And, you know, I work at a doctor's office where we get free goodies. So there's cookies, and it's hard. It's very hard, but not impossible. I think that we've been doing this for what, 3 weeks? In the last 3 weeks, I did manage to go back down. Yay, I just had a physical 2 days ago, and when I was weighed in, I weighed in actually 4 pounds less than what I had weighed in at my last doctor's office visit, which was in December, for that first initial visit for their surgery, which was awesome. We have just been making wiser choices, and I think that we've gotten to a point where we're kind of used to it now. I guess not many cravings. Have you gotten cravings? No, not many cravings. I think the hardest part is the first week or 2. Cooking, I'm the one that mainly does the cooking, so I've managed to make what I call our menus, like no carb. If you get to savor the food better without the tortilla. When you add the tortilla into it, it's like the tortilla and the food. So you're mainly eating the tortilla and not the food. Like, you don't really taste the food. So that's probably one of the things that I have learned from it. I'm making like guisos, or what would be in English? Like stews. So I'll buy pork meat, or carne de puerco en trocitos, which is pieces of pork meat, and I'll make it in green salsa. I've made chicken that way. I buy chicken breast, no bone, chop it up into like cubes, and I make it in green salsa, which is delicious. Usually those dishes are paired with beans and rice, or one or both, and of course tortillas and cheese. I've made that without the beans. I don't partner it with beans. I don't partner it with the rice. We just have the stew, and it's really good. You know, I'm not gonna say that I don't miss the rice, but I can do without it. I haven't had rice in a month. Yeah, Since the holidays. I have not had rice since the holidays. A lot of protein intake, like I said, a lot of eggs, a lot of meat. It's learning to cook, I guess, in a slightly different way. You start changing your habits because you're thinking of it differently. You know you're not supposed to have a chip. When you're really committed into something, I think that's the part that makes it easier. My husband and I have committed ourselves and to our marriage to do this, to be healthier for ourselves. I want to not be diabetic anymore. I want to stop taking medication. I don't want to have high blood pressure. I'm only 30 years old. We don't have children. We've been married for almost 10 years. We hope to have children. That's one of the other things, and one of the things that I did tell my husband was that, well, if we do have kids, you know, what kind of life are we showing them being this way? And it's not a really good one. I don't want my kids to be the chubby kid. I was the chubby kid. I don't want my kids to be the starved kid either, but I want my children to grow up making healthier choices. I'm not saying that they're not going to eat that slice of pizza. They're not going to have that burger, but they are going to have the knowledge of knowing what is a healthier choice. I'm not saying that we're going to be perfect, because there was only one person that was perfect, and he gave his life in the cross for our salvation. He is the perfection. We are not perfect. We are going to make mistakes. Out of our dietitian appointment. Her name is Ashley. She's a really sweet girl. She's small. Yeah, she's small. She looks very young, at least younger than me. There was a lot of important information. We do have a follow-up appointment with her in a month, so that makes appointment 3. We are coming back February 22nd to meet with her. She gave us an insight of what good choices are. She's proud of us. I'm actually proud of us. My husband lost 18 pounds in the last from the last time that we were here. I lost 5 pounds from the last time that we were here. But it's okay, because I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was just not wanting to gain weight. I was trying to just maintain and eat, I guess, healthier, you know, make better choices. So I wanted to tell you guys, I had a really funny thing happen to me over the weekend. A person at church asked me if I was losing weight, and I froze and I didn't say anything, because I don't have an answer. I don't know what to say. Because I'm not losing weight. I'm just trying to be more healthy, more conscious about what I put into my body. So I didn't know what to say. I am getting scolded right now for not wearing it. Alright. So yeah, that was a really awkward situation for me. But yesterday that I was reunited with a couple of sisters from church in one of our meetings for a it's called the Daniel plan that we're doing. She said it's not that I'm in a diet, I'm just doing healthier choices. I'm making a better choice, which is true. You know, I'm making a better choice. I'm learning how to make better choices so that my weight loss journey can be a success long term, not short term. I've had a lot of negative feedback from my last video from the people that saw it, because I posted it on Facebook on my profile. I knew that was probably going to happen. I was surprised on some of the people but you know, you're not wearing my shoes, you're not putting on my clothes, you're not me, you're not my skin. I know why I'm doing this, and that I think that's the only thing that matters, is that I'm doing it for my reasons. And if you don't seem to understand that, then you know, I'm sorry. I've tried weight loss. I have not succeeded. If you have, more power to you, congratulations, that's great. Everybody's body is different. God created us individually under his own image, but individually, with our own personalities, with our own strengths and weaknesses. And if you can do that with your own, without surgery, you know what, my hat to you. But honestly, weight loss surgery is not easy. Not one bit. Changing your mind frame, because yeah, your stomach does have the surgery, your stomach has been reduced, but your brain is still fat. Your brain is still trained to go for that pizza. Your brain is still trained to go eat those tortillas. Your brain still wants that bread, you know, because that's what you're used to, because that's the way that you were raised. But if you start early, like my husband and I are doing it, start retraining your brain and telling yourself, no, that's not what you're supposed to be eating. That's not healthy for you. I learned something very inspirational yesterday and last week was, I will bring into my temple, into God's temple, what God has provided for me. I will not bring into, you know, that makes a lot of sense. I myself put myself in the situation. Number one, being older, and when I was able to make my own choices, I could have made the better choices, and I didn't. I don't blame this on our parents, but our parents do have a lot to do with it, because they don't show us what is the right thing to eat. And they say, well, we didn't know any better, you know, because I've had this conversation with my parents before, or at least with my mom. And she says, well, that's the way that I was raised, you know, and they don't know any better. But I think it's time to put an end to it, to make it stop and say, we're gonna raise a better generation. We're gonna raise a self-conscious generation, not self-conscious, but an aware generation of, this is, you know, this is the way that you should be eating. This is the way that God wanted you to intend to take care of your body. And that's what we're gonna do with this. We got a packet of foods that we're supposed to be eating. We confess that we are skippers. We skip breakfast, so she wants us to start eating some type of breakfast. Not a big old breakfast, but something that goes towards it. And she gave us some really great tips, and you know, I think it's just starting. Like I said before, the first 2 weeks are usually the hardest. So starting this whole eating breakfast in the morning thing will be a little adjustment, but I don't think it's impossible. Everything's possible as long as you have the strength and the correct mindset, and not just that, but faith and strength and the right support. You know, I have my husband has me, and to us, this is our family. Anybody else that is around us is just along for the ride, but they don't have to like what we're doing if they don't want to. Simple as that. I'm not doing it for anybody else but for myself, for our family. So till the next one, see you guys.